Netizen shared this video clip, this person shared a few examples from other nations in regards to policies that have long been put into place to encourage citizens to have more children. Comparing with those, it's quite clear that the Chinese Communist Party has no real intent of encouraging the Chinese people to do the same, even though it appears that they do on the surface, by abolishing the one-child policy.
所有俄罗斯的女性公民，你每多生一个孩子，你就可以提早1到2年退休。生的孩子越多，退休年数越早，早退休，早领养老金，早享受生活。哎，你只要给国家多生孩子就行。但是啊，这些政策还都不够狠。最狠的是哪个国家呢？匈牙利。匈牙利总理啊，欧尔班维克托就在2、3天之前的国情咨文上。这是一个绝对正式的场合啊，公开说匈牙利未来要大力的鼓励生育。怎么鼓励？给现钱，一定得给现钱才能鼓励老百姓多生孩子。怎么给呢？人家总理说了啊，从现在开始，所有匈牙利的妇女，只要你生孩子，从生孩子那天开始，你就可以跟政府啊申请一笔无息贷款，总额最高可以达到24万人民币，拿这个钱帮你养孩子。大家注意啊，这个贷款是完全无息的，没有任何利息。而且人家说了，在你生孩子的头3年啊，考虑到你有可能因为要养育孩子，没有时间出去工作，所以怎么办呢？头3年这笔无息贷款1分钱都不用还，从第4年开始还本金就行。这已经给了很长的一个时间喽。可是贷款终究要还的哦。如果匈牙利的妇女不想还这笔贷款怎么办？很简单，你可以再生一个孩子。人家总理说了啊，你要是说生了2孩了，生了2胎了，那么好，你这24万人民币的贷款啊，你可以少还8万，少还1/3。如果你再生第3胎，太好了，24万人民币的贷款1分都不用还了，当国家白送给你养孩子用了。如果再生第4胎怎么办？如果你生了第4胎，人家总理说了，你这个妇女终生的个人所得税全部减免。大家知道吗？这个个人所得税啊，在世界各国都是一笔很重要的支出啊。在有的国家，个人所得税最高能征收到45%到50%啊，那你这一生绝对是1分钱都不用给国家交了，你捡了大便宜了。而且匈牙利总理还说啊，给钱无息贷款、终生免个人所得税，这还只是一部分，还有更多的配套措施。比如说生了好几个孩子得换车呀，你普通的5人轿车不够啊，得买7人或者7人以上的旅行车呀。好，你因为多生孩子要换车，政府给你掏补贴。
Netizen shared this audio clip, which was allegedly what a Chinese teacher said to her student. A netizen shared that this allegedly happened in Tianjin. The name of this teacher is Xiao Caihong. After this audio clip was leaked, the local Department of Education formed an investigative commission to look more into the incident. This teacher has now been suspended from work. A netizen replied, to some extent, and to see this from another perspective. What this teacher's rhetoric revealed is indeed a common pattern among teachers across China. It just may be that, accidentally, this teacher said these words out loud, and they were heard and later exposed. A netizen shared this video clip, featuring a 10-year-old boy in Chengdu. Due to his family circumstances, he made Chinese crepes at late night and sold them on the streets, in order to help the family earn an additional income.
据了解，这名小男孩名叫陈志文，站在旁边给他打下手的是他的母亲。近2年前在外地打工时意外离世， 为了维持生计，母子俩在成都街边摆摊卖煎饼。母子两人一前一后相互配合，但母亲仅是给他打下手。虽然很辛苦，但他从不抱怨。懂事的陈志文说道：“抱怨没有用，一切靠自己。”为努力拼搏的小男孩点赞。
A netizen shared this picture. All of these books appear to have been inspired by the Huawei spirit. A netizen commented, "I was just talking about a relative's kid earlier yesterday. He started working at Huawei about 20 years ago back in 2000, but resigned 5 years later. He completed his master's degree at a quite well-known Chinese university, which is Xi'an Jiaotong University. Why did he choose to resign from a company that's as prestigious as Huawei in many recent graduates' eyes? He said he and his colleagues were not treated as human beings. They worked from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. every single day. When you feel like you've reached your limit, you would choose to leave. Then they will hire new ones. There were few people that can stay and get promoted. Huawei is just like a sweat factory." A netizen replied, "I have a friend who works at the Nanjing branch of Huawei. He earns about 400,000 yuan per year, but he works overtime every single day. He is not at all in good health. His hair loss is also quite serious, but he is not even 30 years old yet." A netizen shared that Yang Jiechi, director of the Chinese Communist Party's Central Foreign Affairs Commission, recently said that 1.4 billion Chinese people, the Chinese Communist Party's leadership. A netizen replied, "How about returning the right to vote back to the Chinese people? This way the world will be able to see what the will of the people is. But does the Chinese Communist Party dare to do so?" A netizen shared that recently Taiwan denied a prominent Hong Kong film producer Charles Hong and his son visas to live there, citing national security concerns. Their application for Taiwanese residents had sparked widespread discussion within Taiwan and beyond. Many view their move as hypocritical given their previous public statements in support of the Hong Kong national security law. A netizen replied, "If he and his son are indeed as pro-Beijing as they have been appearing to be, they should move to Beijing instead of Taiwan."
Child, we will take you in. Child, we will bring you home. You'll be a flower that sees the spring. Soon a dove flying high